My expectations are that we will move to a deeper understanding of the importance of seeing security in a wider, broader context. For a long time we have seen it in the context of hard security, military and political aspects. But we need in today's world to look at it from the perspective of how a society functions, how vulnerable societies are, how we give the sense of protection and safety in a country so that people also start more than today to trust the democratic institutions we have. So the work that we are having here and discussions we are having on this broader societal security, I think, is a very modern thing to do. It's the direction of the future to have this type of discussion. And I hope that we will also realize that security starts at home, but we are not alone at home. We are not home alone. We also need to cooperate. And if this could also be an element of cooperation among the Nordic Baltic states, including Russia, then I think it will also be a contribution to a better understanding of us among us in this part of the world. Well, I have a summer home in Gotland, so I'm very much following the health of the Baltic Sea. And this, of course, is also related to the wider issues of climate change and adaptation to climate change. That's a very serious issue. But I'm also seeing the problems of the lack of inclusion in our societies, and that we need to look into issues of extremism and how people enter different groupings of extremism, and why does this happen in our well-organized societies with relatively good economy and social progress. So the issue of inclusion as a factor of increasing security and stability in our nations is another issue. And then, of course, there are horrific things that we have to cope with, human trafficking, for instance, and organized crime. So there is a lot. But all these things show that in today's world there is no longer a sharp line between domestic and international, between national and international. If we find a good international solution, like on climate or migration, then that is in fact in the national interest of member states, of the UN and in the world. But also, if we in our nations, not least around the Baltic Sea, can create good, fair societies, good distribution of wealth and respect of human rights and institutions that are trustworthy and not corrupt, then we also will contribute to a better life for our citizens, but also contribution to international peace and security. So domestic, national and international are now the same.